Men start missing you more when they... There's a quiet truth about human nature that nobody teaches us in school, but almost everyone eventually learns through love, heartbreak, and distance. People don't always miss you when you are around. They miss you when your absence is felt. They miss the parts of themselves that only came alive when you were in their world. And men, despite how strong or stoic they may appear, are no different. Let me take you on a journey, not of quick tips or surface-level psychology, but a deeper story. A story about how men actually begin to miss women more when certain things happen. 1. Men miss you more when you stop overgiving. Imagine a woman named Alina. She loved deeply, almost too deeply. She texted first, called first, planned the dates, remembered his appointments, celebrated his little wins, and even forgave mistakes that shouldn't have been repeated. She gave and gave until her love felt like the air in his lungs, constant, expected, always there. At first, he adored it. Who wouldn't love being the center of someone's world? But over time, he stopped noticing it. The good morning text didn't spark joy, the surprises felt routine, and her availability turned into background noise. Then one day, Alina stopped. She didn't stop loving, but she stopped chasing. She stopped overgiving. She stepped back into her own life, hobbies, and self-respect. And that's when something shifted. Men start missing you when your world no longer revolves around them. When the constant attention disappears, they suddenly realize how much energy you were pouring into them. The silence is louder than your presence ever was. 2. Men miss you more when you don't beg for their time. Another story. Sarah had a boyfriend who always seemed busy. He loved her, but his priorities were elsewhere. Work, friends, late-night games, anything. Sarah used to beg, "Can we spend time together?" She thought asking again and again would convince him. Instead, it only made him feel like he had unlimited control. One weekend, Sarah stopped asking. She stopped chasing him for scraps of time. She went out with her friends, joined a dance class, and laughed louder than she had in months. And suddenly, he noticed. Her absence burned. Her joy without him felt threatening. That's when he started calling more, asking when she was free, trying to reclaim the time he once neglected. Men miss you more when you don't beg for their presence. When you carry on with your life, they realize they're not your only source of happiness, and that terrifies them. 3. Men miss you more when you keep mystery alive. Here's something psychology often repeats. The human brain craves novelty. We chase what feels uncertain, what's not fully ours, what keeps us curious. A woman who is an open book in the beginning may feel easy to figure out, but the one who keeps her depth, her dreams, and her quiet secrets intact, she becomes unforgettable. Think of Emily. She shared her love, her laughter, but not every detail of her life. She didn't need to tell him where she was every second, what she was doing, or who she was with. She kept mystery alive, not to manipulate, but because her life was rich with her own story. And when she wasn't around, his mind wandered. What is she doing? Who makes her laugh like that? Does she think of me when she's out there living her life? Men miss you when you give them space to wonder. Mystery makes the heart restless. 4. Men miss you more when you walk away from disrespect. This one is powerful. Many women believe patience will eventually teach a man how to love them better. But in truth, silence against disrespect only teaches him how much you're willing to tolerate. A man doesn't miss the woman who stayed through the insults, the neglect, the cold replies. He misses the woman who finally walked away. When Lily packed her bags after years of broken promises, she didn't slam the door out of anger. She left with dignity. She left with silence. That silence haunted him more than any argument ever did. Because arguments meant she still cared, she was still invested. Silence meant he lost her for real. Men miss you when you show them that disrespect has consequences. That love is not slavery. That your heart is valuable enough to be protected. 5. Men miss you more when you become your best self. Here's the ultimate truth. Men don't just miss women, they miss the feeling women bring into their lives. If you were the light in his darkest days, if your laughter made his home warm, if her ambition reminded him to keep moving, then the absence of that energy leaves a shadow in his world. But the deeper secret is this: men miss you most when you step into the highest version of yourself after leaving them. When they see you glowing, thriving, leveling up, building your dreams, looking radiant without them, that's when regret pierces their chest. Why? Because men often realize too late that the woman they once took for granted became the woman they can never replace. A psychological truth about missing someone. Psychologists call it the scarcity effect. We value something more when it's rare, when it's hard to access, when it's not guaranteed. So when you stop chasing, when you stop begging, when you stop being too available, you shift from abundance to scarcity. He realizes he doesn't have unlimited access to you anymore. And that's when he starts missing you more than ever. Closing story. There was once a man who thought his woman would never leave. She was soft, forgiving, always there. She reminded him of the sunrise, beautiful but guaranteed. One morning, he woke up and she wasn't there. Not because she stopped loving, but because she started loving herself more. And in that moment, he understood something powerful. Men don't miss the woman who never leaves. They miss the woman who chooses herself. They miss the energy she carried, the love she gave, the presence that made them feel alive. They miss her when she stops chasing. They miss her when she steps back into her own world. They miss her when her silence replaces her voice. They miss her when she chooses dignity over drama. They miss her when she shines without them. That's when men truly start missing you more, when they finally realize they never really deserved the version of you they lost. Sparkle's final reminder for you: you don't need to try to make a man miss you. The secret isn't in playing games, it's in respecting yourself so deeply that your absence becomes louder than your presence ever was. Because when a woman learns to walk with dignity, when she stops chasing what isn't chasing her, and when she pours into her own growth, she doesn't just become unforgettable. She becomes irreplaceable. Subscribe now to Psych Secrets and be part of a journey where every video inspires you to see life with a new perspective.